there's a lot of information from different sources, different kinds of information. It's confused and confusing. It all gets mixed in together and round like a big washing machine over and over, and leaves people not sure what they think and believe. However, we can simplify it into two sources, really, two streams of thought. There's the Bible thumpers. They believe in a bloodline, two bloodlines actually. The bloodline of Adam down to Jesus or Christ, whatever the word is. That's the good bloodline. And then there's the bad bloodline, the evil one, from Cain. I think that comes through Eve anyway, but it goes through Cain, who was the first man to murder. So that's the devil's bloodline. So the idea is that the real father of Cain was the serpent in the Garden of Eden and not actually Adam. So the human race is actually two different species. On the outside we all look the same, but one of them, in some mystical sense, is divine, good in its conception, and the other one, the other bloodline, is evil. It's the serpent seed. It's got a bad source, and therefore anything come through it can never be good, it will always be bad. And so these two bloodlines are permanently at war on the earth, even today, and all through history. That's a Bible idea. However, there's the other people, and curiously they're very averse to the Bible. The ufologists, and they believe that God didn't create any of us. Instead, we were created by gods with a small g from the sky, the aliens. However, ufologists themselves also believe in a war in heaven. Just as the Bible bashers, they think there was a war in heaven first, and some of the angels fell, and they're the ones who seeded the evil bloodline through Eve and Cain, whereas the good sons of God founded the pure bloodline through Adam, going down to Jesus. In parallel to that are the ufologists, who believe also in a war in heaven, which preceded the creation of man, and there were the good guys and the bad guys, and after that, humans were created on the earth. It's the same as the Bible, really. Well, some ufologists believe that the different races on the earth were founded by different species of aliens. So, for instance, Asians or Orientals, they would say, are from an Oriental-looking alien, like the Greys, whereas Europeans were some kind of hybrid between primitive ape man here on the earth and Nordic aliens. There's an example for you, see. So the races themselves are because different aliens have been here to the earth in the past and done their little genetic experiments and created the different races. Well, the idea now is that all those aliens who came here, they weren't all good, and there are some bad aliens, and hence we have a bad hybrid on the earth today. Well, you have to guess for yourself which race that is. And there have been some good aliens here doing genetic intervention, and they're responsible for the better human races on the earth today. I'll let you imagine who that might be. But actually the two groups, the Bible thumpers and the ufologists, in their basic conception, their general idea is the same. That there was a war start in heaven, whether that was angelic, immaterial, ghost-like angels, or whether it was physical, organic aliens, it was a war in heaven. That's the basic idea. By these godlike beings up there in space. And they have good guys and bad guys. They have their yin-yang up there in heaven or space, in the heavens, the same as we do down here. And that both groups have come here to the earth, and they have seeded different hybrid bloodlines. And the bad aliens, or the bad angels, the fallen angels, they seeded the bad bloodline, or the evil human race. Some people think that might be the Jews, for instance. And the good angels, or good gods from the sky, they genetically intervened to experimentally to kickstart the good hybrid, and here on the earth, and some people think that whole bloodline is the white European races. Although the general idea is interesting, of course real life is much more messy, and we can see you have good people and bad people in all races. It doesn't seem to be specific to a general race. And even if you take Illuminati bloodlines or elite bloodlines, not all of them are bad guys. There's some good guys sprinkled in there as well. And if you're one of those New Age types who believes in reincarnation, then we're jumping around between races and bloodlines anyway, so it does really get very mixed up. But the basic idea is, the reason why the world is in chaos is because there's a war going on. It's not new. It's thousands of years old, millions of years old. It's a perpetual war, and it started in the heavens, or in heaven, and not with us. We are just one small consequence of a much bigger war going on above our heads, which doesn't seem to have ended. And just one front line of that war is here on this planet.